your notebook to your next double page, and what you're going to do is count 4 lines and go ahead and draw a line across just like you're seeing me doing, and then down the margin. So you're counting 4 lines and then a line across down the margin, and you should be pretty good at doing this now. You're just going to tear across the lines that you just drew. So tear it across and tear it down. That paper goes in the trash, and you made a tab. So we're basically going to make, I think it's 6 or 7 tabs. From there you're going to count 3 lines. Okay, so 3 lines, draw across and all the way down. And you're going to do 3 lines all the way to the bottom. So 3 lines down and then cut it down. So this is what it looks like so far. So again, we're going to count another 3 lines. So count another 3 lines, draw a line across and a line down. And then you're just going to tear your page or take some scissors and cut along those lines. Alright, so you're going to do this. So again, you're just seeing more tabs happening every 3 lines. So 3 lines, a line across, and a line down. Every 3 lines. Alright, so after you've done that, you're going to see what it looks like, just like mine, and you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you need a total of 8. If you haven't got 8, then you've done it wrong. After that, go ahead and put in a title. So we're going to be looking at exponents in this chapter. So go ahead and write that down, exponents, but make sure that you leave some space because we're going to put some writing underneath that. Your next tab is going to be 0 exponents. Your next tab is 0 exponents. The tab underneath that is going to be negative exponents. Negative exponents. The next tab after that is going to be product rule. Product rule. The next tab after that is going to be quotient rule. Quotient rule. The next tab after that is going to be power rule. Power rule. The next tab after that is going to be fraction exponents. Fraction exponents. And finally, the last tab is going to be all laws exponents. All laws exponents. And basically what we're going to do here is look at a summary of all these different individual ones that we've looked at. So basically these are going to be the questions that you should expect to see on your test. Okay, so what is an exponent? An exponent is a number that tells us how many times it is to be multiplied by itself. So it's a number that tells us how many times the base will be multiplied by itself. How many times the base will be multiplied by itself. So in general, it just looks like this, ax raised to some power. But whenever you see that, I want you to imagine a parenthesis with that x. So a parenthesis where that exponent is every single time. Alright, so what's that n? It's the exponent. What's the a? It is the coefficient, or just some number. And the x in this case is the base. Alright, so we're going to just take a look at a quick example, actually a couple of quick examples. This is a listening check. Color in the word coefficient. Right above my hand, color in the word coefficient. So 3 raised to the 4th power. How do you write that? With parentheses. 3 parentheses x to the 4. And what does that mean? It's 3 times and then x 4 times. So you see it's not 3 4 times as well. The exponent is only attached to the x. So you're going to always put those parentheses so that you know. Let's take a look at another example. So if you had negative x squared, for example, make sure you put parentheses, so it'll be negative outside, x, and then squared, and that's going to be negative, and then it's only the x's that happens 2 times, not the negative 2 times, so that's still negative x squared. Let's take a look at one final example. So let's say we had negative 2 squared. Again, put the parentheses with just the number with the exponent, so it's negative parentheses 2 power. And so negative is outside, and then inside you have 2 times. So what's 2 times? It's 4. But there's still a negative outside, so that gives you a negative 4. So make sure that you put parentheses with the base. Let's practice.